UFC 264 is upon us. We are in fight week for Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. They face each other for the third time on Sunday. Welcome to the MMA Roundtable. I'm Avon Saxena. I have with me Siddharth Singh, founder and head coach of Cross Train Fight Club, and MMA journalist, analyst, and commentator, Mr. Andrew Liu. I've been trying to get myself excited for this fight all week. But वो वाली feel नहीं आ रही यार, that glitter which comes with these corner fights. Usually, you have some sort of an emotional connect. How are you guys feeling about Sunday's
I,
fight?
I tend to agree simply because the mystique of Conor McGregor is gone, right? Like, I mean, he's had his ass beat in the last one. In the last 5 fights he's won one. So I mean, all of this like Mystic Mac and all that shit has gone down the drain, right? Like, if he loses this fight, yeah, he might still have celebrity fights, but if he loses this, his name in the fighting world is pretty much done. And not to say that he hasn't fought like real bad dudes, like hardcore dudes. Like, he's had a very strong strength of schedule in terms of competition. But hey, you cannot lose 4 out of your last 5 fights and then keep saying like, I'm the shit, I'm number one. It doesn't work like that. So,
But he has been a bit of a nice guy lately, hasn't he? At least
yeah,
since his comeback against Cerrone, he's been a little bit of a different corner, and
Yeah, I think he's. I mean, they're different strategies. I think a lot of it has to do with the mind games. The first time he fought Dustin Poirier, he was extremely he was really inside Dustin Poirier's head. He was talking so much smack. He really Dustin Poirier also has spoken about it, how much he was affected by the shit talk. He's never been shit talked that much in his life in the first fight. Second fight, I think Conor sort of realized that he's played out that game. Honestly, he spoke so much shit in the first fight.
yeah.
He wanted to change it up. So I think it was a completely different strategy. He was Mr. Nice Guy. So yeah, so he is playing. I think he's still playing a character because I think he's at a different point in life. He knows with Poirier what has worked and what hasn't worked. So he's just trying a different strategy now. Yeah, I don't think he's become a nice guy. I don't think it's just a different character. He's playing a different persona.
people kind of ascribed his friendliness to losing that killer edge, right? Conor at the time when he came in was far ahead of guys in terms of striking, timing, range control, things like that. In the years that he's been boxing, celebrity fights, doing all his beating up old people in bars and shit, the game is caught up. Like, MMA it evolves so incredibly fast. You guys know this. Like, I mean, once someone does something, like the very next fight, people are copying that and then improving on that and becoming better. So by the time he came back, most guys just figured out his game. Like, you can watch it. I watched the first fight and the second fight, I think about 12 to 13 times. And you'll notice that Dustin had an answer for everything that Conor threw at him in the second fight. It wasn't just the leg kicks as well. It really was more than anything else. It just, Conor has that habit of throwing that super long left straight, right? As soon as he overextends, you can see Dustin, like, he leans back and hits him with a check hook and catches him clean with a check right hook. And really, it's the combination of the check right hook, the level changing, and the leg kicking that got it done for him. Conor is really smart at sort of rematches and stuff. Like, you see how he approached the second Diaz fight. But I don't know if it work against someone like Poirier. Like, that guy's seasoned as hell. And the thing is, he's not limited like Nate Diaz. The guy is very, very well rounded.
If you look at the number of weapons that McGregor has as opposed to how much Poirier has, like, every time we've spoken about McGregor, it's always about that. Like Andrew talked about the cross that comes. You got the check left hook. You got all those, but those tools have stayed the same since he started. There hasn't been new stuff that's been added in. It's not like his wrestling has gone up, his jiu-jitsu has gone up, or it's never been. So he's still the same fighter. The skill set is more or less still the same. He's maybe become a little older. He's become a little slower. He's become a little bit more predictable with his footwork because he hasn't evolved so much. But if you look at Dustin Poirier, what he was at 145 as compared to what he is at 155, he's almost like a different fighter, man. He's got all the tools, man. He can take you down. He can throw kicks. He can throw strikes. So that's what it is. Like, once you become champion, everyone's like studying you. He's studying your game. They want to beat you. And I think Poirier, for never being like a undisputed champion, has never had that. People haven't gone out and studied him and wanted to try and emulate him or kill him or whatever. So he's gone under the radar to an extent. He was interim champion, but never like proper champion. So he's gone under the radar, but his career trajectory is going this way, and McGregor is going, literally, he's going this way. So there's two people meeting somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, I'm a little more excited about what will come out of this fight for either man if they win. Do you guys think this is a title contention fight? Because for Dustin, this fight is really a money fight, and he's spoken about this before also. Calling the belt, fool's gold and things like that. Because he's had that one fight with Conor before, and he knows how much it pays out. And I just want to throw some numbers at you guys. UFC 257 had 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. Conor gets paid 3 million as his fight purse. Dustin makes 830,000 with the bonuses, 50k win bonus and all that. So Dustin makes that. In comparison, the fight that we reviewed last, 264, apna Israel Adesanya, defending champion, made 500,000. I'm talking pay scale wise. Fighting Conor, this is what it does for you: $850,000 for a non-title fight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I guarantee you, Dustin made because it was pay per view. I'm sure because he talked about this, right? He said the first time he ever made pay per view points in terms of gate and all of this other revenue and shit like that was the Habib fight, Abu Dhabi. So like that's when he understood like, okay, this is how the fucking game is played. Great fighting legacy fights and beating guys up low in your division and being like this dominant champion like Tony Ferguson, someone like that. It's awesome being like that. But when the money really starts flowing, when you fight guys like Habib in Abu Dhabi and you make part of the gate, part of the pay-per-view sales, that's when you start seeing like, oh shit, like I can make this kind of money. I guarantee you he made more than at least 3-4 mil for that fight. And Conor must have made at least 8-9.
Yeah, but Juan, I think to your question, for McGregor, I don't think if he wins this one, I don't think it guarantees him a title shot at all. I mean, they might push him because he's such a big name, but he doesn't deserve a title shot, obviously. But with Poirier, one could make a case that maybe one more fight, one more win after this, he could get a title shot. But I don't think this fight determines who's getting the next title shot. I don't think that. It's a money fight. It's an exciting fight. But
I do think that if Dustin wins, there's nobody else to put in for a title shot. Because you can't put in Justin Gaethje because his last thing was a loss. I think the only thing you can do with someone like Dustin, if Dustin wins, then he fights for the title next. Because he already has 2 fights before this. So this will be 3 fights before a title shot. So well deserved. For McGregor, yeah, you're right. He'll need to fight one more time before this. And he'll need to have, and not just fight one more time, he'll have to stop Dustin Poirier. It can't be like a stupid split decision and shit. Stop Dustin Poirier. The way the sport is structured in terms of how superstars are built, right? A guy like Conor, even with one win, will get a title shot. Meritocratic view. He should not be next in line for a title shot.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, doesn't deserve it.
Doesn't deserve it. I mean, after getting
So I'm going to play out my dream scenario for Conor, taking what you just said into consideration as well. So Conor beats Dustin on Sunday. Then he faces Michael Chandler in a title contention fight.
I mean, Michael Chandler is a good fight for him, that's for sure. Yeah, he's 34, I think. Michael Chandler is 34. So he's got like one last title run in him. And he did beat the shit out of Charles Oliveira in that first round.
Yeah, in that first round.
Fans seem to like him as well. He's a very aspirational story fighter, right? I really find it funny because in Reddit, like a lot of these guys say, like, it's so funny that Michael Chandler only speaks in motivational quotes. Like, every line that comes out of his mouth is like a motivational quote. Like, But like he's a very easy fighter to root for. And to fight someone like Conor, especially for someone like him, man, it's going to be hilarious to see this shit talking. Like,
I think for a lot of fighters, it's also profiling. Once you fight McGregor, you become a household name.
It's the money fight. It's also the fame fight, right? Like, look at Nate Diaz. He became a superstar after he fought him.
Conor McGregor, you're taking everything I work for, motherfucker.
Yes. The Leon Edwards fight was hilarious, dude. Like, Leon Edwards was literally piecing his ass up for like 24 minutes, 30 seconds. And then everyone's like, yeah, Nate Diaz won the fight. Fuck you, Nate Diaz won the fight.
Yeah, so I heard, I was hearing Firas Zahabi, and he was talking, he was saying like, if you never did rounds in the UFC, like you can do rounds, but like no limit to the rounds. Right? You do 5 round, 10 round. He says there's nobody in the UFC. There's nobody in the world who can beat Nate Diaz. In that,
I disagree.
Surprisingly, something that GSP also used to talk about, why there should be a round. Maybe there is no round, there is no time limit.
The thing with the guys like Nate Diaz and, these mercurial fighters and, the way they talk about them, right? People seem to forget, like, history has happened. Things have happened before this. people seem to forget that Nate Diaz had his head kicked off by Josh Thompson.
Yeah.
Like, and not just kicked off, he had the entire fight, he was getting his ass kicked by Josh Thompson.
Josh Thompson has a poster of that behind him when he's doing his podcast.
Yeah. I love that podcast. It's fucking hilarious, man. Did you hear his story though? He said he did say this. He said like Nate Diaz's head is so hard that his shin has a permanent dent from kicking him.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like basically his shin is like dented inside, like inwards from kicking Nate Diaz in the head.
That's crazy.
That's some fucking Neanderthal shit, bro. What is your dream scenario with Conor if he wins?
I would like to see grudge match with Justin Gaethje, man. A patient Justin Gaethje versus Conor McGregor, and Justin Gaethje's talked mad shit about Conor as well, right? Called him a shit father and all that kind of stuff. Like, bro, like Chandler's still very nice and sweet, and he's like, oh no, Conor's this, that. Like Justin Gaethje is like, you're a shit father, fuck all human being, like full blast. Like there's no censorship with that dude. Like if he beats Poirier, beats Justin Gaethje, I'd say yeah, give him a title shot. Fuck it. That would be dream scenario. For Poirier, I think if he wins, they'll give him a title shot straight up.
The option with McGregor is he's an option of not fighting. He's like, if he doesn't get the opponent he wants, he's like, I won't fight. I'll sit at home. Unless you do this for me. And then we have to, everyone has to do things.
Now that you say it, our man Floyd Mayweather had recently expressed interest in fighting Conor for a second time.
Like you've made so much money, you've made generational wealth. Relax. Spend that generational wealth.
Now Floyd the hustler hai, wo to karta rahega.
Bro, even Conor, man.
Conor,
I think recently he sold proper 12, right? Like for some 600, 700 million, something like that. Like
the sale plus whatever else he made from his other businesses was enough to put him on top of the Forbes list for sports.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the thing. Like, I mean, dude, if you're getting up on the Forbes list on the top 10, you are fucking wealthy. Really wealthy. And not just wealthy, you know how to manage your money. Like you have a financial advisor, you know that you need to pay taxes, and you have all that.
His financial advisor is telling him to fight Floyd Mayweather and stop taking these stupid $3 million fights. What's the point?
Yeah, he doesn't have to. That's what I said. Like he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to ever fight people like just Gaethje ever. He can fight if Khabib comes back. If if this super fight at 170, whatever.
That's it. It's set the fucking dream scenario, no? So then he beats Oliveira, gets the fucking title. That's enough to motivate Khabib to make his return. And now it's a proper payday, proper 12th payday for both of them.
I honestly don't think Khabib will ever come back.
I mean, yeah, that's realistically speaking, but we're talking about scenario. He's got a big fucking challenge ahead of him on Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's not forget taking place.
He's got a tough dude ahead of him. No, but I don't think no matter how much money that Conor throws at him, I don't think, because dude, Khabib makes, as that guy Will Harris was saying that in an NBA fight, he makes Dubai money. Yeah.
Like he said in his Russia Today interview, he's beat everybody, and nobody has shown him enough of a challenge exactly for him to try to come back.
His only other challenge was going to be GSP, which was like that is a fight of all fights, the GSP versus Khabib fight.
Yeah, but then again, for the hardcores, yes. Because we know how good GSP is, and we know that.
Hey, why didn't Jacqueline Fernandez ask him that when he was on her podcast recently? He's like, when are you going to fight Khabib, dude?
My question is, what is a Jacqueline Fernandez? Is my first question. What is a Jacqueline Fernandez?
Oh, come on, Andrew. Come on.
You know who she is.
GSP is getting fucking MCU money.
Yeah. Fuck that. I mean, we had spoken about this also. Like, he's not also going to do it for the money. I mean, the Khabib fight.
He'll never do it for the money. Like, he's like, bro, I'm getting paid by Disney. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm going to have money for for my children's children will have money because I started Captain America Winter Soldier. Good luck with your UFC fighting endeavor and shit. Like,
GSP versus Khabib. It would have been such a pass. Because for GSP to call Khabib, didn't really call him out, but he said he expressed interest. So they must have seen something. They must have seen something in Khabib. That they must have thought there's something there. They saw something in Bisping. When they saw Bisping, they were like, okay, there's something there that I can come back and win. And again with Khabib, he saw something. He's like, okay, I can take this guy.
And he's so cerebral and so scientific. Like people say greatest of all time. There's nobody greater than Georges St. Pierre simply because strength of schedule. 1, 2. Meta of MMA and improvement of MMA across the board, changing of the game, And number 3, avenged all his fucking losses.
Yeah.
Number 4, never had any PED scandal in or outside the cage. That's what you call a fucking championship fighter. I mean, if I could, I have a picture of him at the back there. Like, I mean, just that I don't right now. This is a temporary house. But if I would, I'd.
Yeah, I have a question, Andrew. Would it be the GSP of the photograph? Would it be GSP of when he was fighting Paul? Or would it be now with like blonde mohawk?
Dude, we never knew how GSP had a full fucking head of hair. He never showed it while he was fighting.
That's
no,
crazy.
I was always thinking it was a hair transplant that he got recently after the
No,
Marvel.
he has a full head of hair, dude. He just shaved his head.
Marvel studio guys must be like, fucking listen, man, your villain character needs to have fucking hair, bro.
No, bro, that's the thing. Batroc in the comics is bald. So, like, he's bald in the movie as well. So, it's perfect. And he's French-Canadian. So, like, I mean, it's literally perfect casting. I remember at one point of time, Conor was talking about, like, if I win the lightweight belt, I'll go up to welterweight to challenge the I'm like, bro, welterweight, like...
No.
Now is not a good time.
It was never a good time to go up to welterweight. Never a fucking good time to go up to welterweight.
To fight Nate Diaz. Okay.
Yeah, Nate Diaz is not a welterweight. Like, for example, let me give you an example. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is never fucking making lightweight. Even if he cut off an arm. Like, look at that guy, man. He's fucking gigantic. Imagine Conor fighting someone like... I was watching Wonderboy's fights again recently because I thought we talk about this as well. Co-main event between Stephen Thompson and Gilbert Burns. I was watching the Stephen Thompson-Vicente Luque fight. Dude, he beat the living shit out of Vicente Luque.
Yeah.
The living shit. Like, after that fight, you could see Vicente Luque's face had changed, man. The geography of his face had changed. Like, Wonderboy... People talk a lot of shit because he got knocked out by Anthony Pettis. I'm like, yo, what happens, man? Darren Till got fucking laid out by Jorge Masvidal. Do people still, like, give him shit about it?
Up, bro. He was piecing Pettis up in that fight.
Yeah.
And then
Join him.
Off the cage.
Join him.
Yeah.
Destroying him. And Andrew, we spoke about the Vicente Luque fight. Who was in the corner of Vicente Luque?
Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns was in the corner, watching and seeing how dangerous Stephen Thompson is, man.
Yeah, dude, like, don't get fooled by all this, like, oh, so nice, and I'm so sweet, and dude, that guy's a real killer, man.
Very dangerous, and a very dangerous style for Gilbert Burns, man. Very dangerous. Yeah. Because Gilbert Burns wants to be in that close range, throw his hands, take you to the ground. Man, it's not easy to take Wonderboy to the ground, man.
It's not even easy to close distance on him. He doesn't.
He's got that whole Machida footwork happening.
How many guys have you seen hit a single leg on Wonderboy? Barely seen anyone hit a single leg on him. He's fought so many grapplers. Fucking Johnny Hendricks tried. Could not even grab a single leg on the guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, his takedown defense, of course, to be really honest as well, the guy is working with Chris Weidman, a 185-pounder trying to take you down, and a very good wrestler as well. Gilbert Burns, again, he's a very good fighter. But, like, if you go back to Gilbert Burns' losses, like, you look at the kind of guys he's lost to. Who was the last striker he faced? The last really good striker he faced? He faced Dan Hooker at lightweight.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, he faced Dan Hooker at lightweight and got fucked up in the first round, got knocked out. And that's what sent him up to welterweight. Yeah. He got really badly hurt. Like, and same shit, like left straights, right straights, like all these like straight punches to counter the hooks. And even when Gilbert fought Kamaru Usman, you could see he dropped him with a hook. And what dropped Gilbert Burns? A straight punch. Yeah. And Wonderboy does not throw hooks.
No.
Only throw straight punches. Very bad matchup for Gilbert Burns. Not saying he can't get it done because MMA is fucking crazy. We've seen all sorts of weird shit happen in mixed martial arts. I'm not saying he can't get it done, but it's a real tall order, man.
Yeah, I think Gilbert Burns has done really well in his last few fights. I mean, obviously lost the title fight, but he's mainly been given grapplers, good grapplers, and he's done really well. Not very big dudes. This guy is completely different, man. He's tall, he's lanky, great footwork, doesn't get taken down. So absolutely disaster. Like Gilbert Burns needs to take him to the ground.
He's not an option. Yeah. Like the way Gilbert Burns strikes, right? Like he relies on that Brazilian berserker mentality, the Wanderlei Silva style of fighting, like crash into you kind of fighting.
Yeah.
Nobody crashes into Wonderboy, dude. Nobody does it. Very hard to crash into Wonderboy. Very hard to close that distance on him. You cannot give that dude space to work. He'll just jam you with side kicks. He'll hit you with a side kick, hit you with a oblique kick, then change stance, hit you with a head kick, then dart, hit you with like a left hand, and hit you with a right hand before you even see what's happening. I don't see Gilbert Burns getting out of this at least unscathed. Gilbert Burns was very lucky. He got the kind of opponents he got to the title. People like Damian Maia. He beat Conor Nelson as well. And like a real striker, a guy who knows how to control distance, he hasn't faced Rollins yet. He faced Kamaru Usman, and what happened there? Straight punch, caught him. Jab.
Yeah. So we know that Covington is up next for Kamaru Usman.
Covington hasn't been active for a while.
Yeah, he's only had one fight. I would like to see Colby fight Leon Edwards, honestly. I think if he beats Leon Edwards or Leon Edwards beats Colby, then 1000% the next fight is Kamaru Usman. Wonderboy, after his last loss, he fought Vicente Luque and then fought Jeff Neal.
There was blood everywhere in that fight.
Dude, he beat the fuck out of Jeff Neal, man. Holy shit, it was impressive to see. So you have Vicente Luque, Jeff Neal, and now beats Gilbert Burns. What else is there left? Do title shot. And three fights, 3 impressive wins, title shot for sure.
What is your prediction for it then, Andrew?
Stephen Thompson, second round KO.
Yeah.
I say
it won't be a KO. I think it'll be a decision win for Thompson. Yeah, Wonderboy wins by decision.
Nice. I'll also go with the stoppage. Thompson TKO. Thank you so much for watching. Please do let us know your predictions in the comments below. My name is Von Saxena. I have with me Siddharth Singh and Andrew Liu. Signing off.